Next guest has done just that. Until recently, he was one of the most powerful men in the world.
I think it was Cape Canaveral at the time, and sat in the moon lander and pretended to guide the moon lander to a landing on the moon with an astronaut beside me. It was one of the more thrilling events that has ever happened to me. I was lying in the moon lander, and a year or so later, I watched them do it for real on television.
Well, you did better than me, because I did it in a lunar lander in Houston at a mission control once, in a simulator, and crashed it.
And what?
Crashed it.
And you crashed it?
Yeah, it was hardly the Sea of Tranquility. I went straight in, bang. But it's an awesome experience.
Well, I'm glad that that Australia wasn't responsible for the first landing then.
True. Is it true you were not the first choice for the role?
Well, again, something I didn't know until I did this research, but that's true. I wasn't. I was working under the misapprehension for years that there was nobody else in mind but me. But there you are. Show business will be show business. There were two other actors involved, Lloyd Bridges being one, and Jack Lord being the other.
Yeah, you could see that the sort of shows they were doing, that they would have had their hands up, wouldn't they?
They would have had their hands up?
Yeah, looking for the job.
Oh, I guess, yes. Or, yes, I guess that's the word.
Well, while we're still having true confession, is it also true that Nichelle Nichols actually hated you in real life?
Well, again, like 30 years, that's an exaggeration.
Well, disliked you?
Well, had some antipathy that was easily eradicated by a gentle kiss on the cheek and a pat on the rear. No. I was talking to her. I was doing, I had interviewed everybody I could get a hold of and doing background on the book. I had ended up with 2,000 pages of transcribed notes and enough material for another book, which I'm in the process of writing now. And I had interviewed Nichelle for hours, and finally I said, well, Nichelle, that was great, and I love you, honey, and this is wonderful, and I put my equipment away, and she said, well, hold on a minute. Don't you want to know how much we hated you? So I put my equipment all back together, and she told me how she and some of the other members of the cast had resented the fact that in my tunnel vision view of the show, I would say things like, no, this doesn't need to be shown, this is okay, and you know, I'd have a view that didn't encompass their needs as well, and I was somewhat insensitive to that, much to my chagrin.
But as you show in your book, though, she went to Martin Luther King to say that she was getting out of the show, and he pleaded with her to stay in there because it showed black Americans in a good role model and being treated with some respect and getting some decent parts.
A true story, a very true and unusual story. So she decided to stay with the show because she had been admonished by Martin Luther King.
What was your favourite one?
A girl?
No, favourite episode. Well, get back. Oh, yeah, okay, girl.
No, episode. Nichelle Nichols was my favorite girl. Episode? Well, I answer that differently every time I'm asked. You were asking me to answer it like I transcribed it in the book.
I want you to answer it the real way, because you've always said the other answer, like the one that had me in the most or the one I played the most characters. But I want you to actually say that. I want you to say The Devil in the Dark is what I want you to say.
Devil in the Dark. No, a city across the river, right?
Hmm?
Isn't that the episode I said?
The Devil in the Dark, where the one, the sadness, actually, the one that you had to film at the time that you heard your father had died.
Oh yes, that was Devil in the Dark. Well, that wasn't my favorite episode. It was certainly the one that stands out most in my mind. The one with Joan Collins was a good show, and Joan Collins was a good girl, so the combination was irresistible.
Yeah. Let's have a look at, not that one, I don't think. We'll look at a piece of Devil in the Dark, I think, which we've got here.
Devil in the Dark? Have you got Devil in the Dark there?
Yeah, we've got it here.
Devil in the Dark is definitely my favorite.
We're going to have a look at a piece of it right now, William.
Down. Disappeared. Astonishing that anything of that bulk could move so rapidly.
And William, just to bring back some other memories for you, This was you when you came to Australia in 1969 for the Logies. Have a look at this.
Okay.
Right, we're going to have a look at this. You came out here. That's not the Logies. Yeah, it must have been one
I
heck of a
didn't
night.
change a bit, did I?
No, must have been one heck of a party.
Right. It went on and on.
You made 6 movies of Star Trek.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Yes,
that
I did. How did you know that?
Yeah, I read a bit about it.
Okay.
They didn't start, though, till a long time after the series had finished, correct?
Right.
And have they made you a lot of money since then?
Have they made me? What did you say?
Have they made you a lot of money?
Has Star Trek made me a lot of money?
Yeah.
Oh, oodles.
But in the days of...
Star Trek has been very good to me, very kind. Not so much financially because of various circumstances, but it has given me a chance to fulfill a lot of dreams of directing films, writing films, writing books. I've had entree that I wouldn't have had if it hadn't been to Star Trek. So Star Trek's been great for me, and I've enjoyed doing it over the years.
Well, we've enjoyed talking to you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Please thank William Shatner. And after the break, the star of South Pacific, Paige O'Hara.